Hey everyone, Caddy Lama here, coming with another quick anime review. This one's going to be super quick because it's just a movie. I watched the latest Mobile Suit Gundam movie on Netflix, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway. And what I find interesting with the Gundam movies and the Gundam series is that there is one very long storyline being told, one where all of the stories are connected and they happen in the same universe and the same timeline. That is the Universal Century timeline. And then you have all these other Gundam shows, if you're a fan of, or you've even watched just a couple of them. You can kind of start to pick that up. There's just a couple that are, not just a couple, but there's a whole bunch of these other Gundam shows that are not connected at all. I've been recently watching Iron-Blooded Orphans, and that's like a Gundam show that's not connected to this main storyline that's been going. I mean, it's one of the longest running animes, series that we have. It's Dragon Ball Z level length in terms of it's been running for 40 years. The first ones, Mobile Suit Gundam, basically came out like 81, 82, and these carry on from that Universal, the Century timeline, and there's a lot of reoccurring characters and a lot of reoccurring events that they talk about, and it's one of those things of you can get kind of lost, especially if you just come into the end of the timeline. Like, it's enjoyable, but if you're not a Gundam fan, you're not gonna really like a lot of the series, because it's a very slow paced. They're all slow paced. I mean, if you've seen any of the old school Gundams, I mean, even the ones that aren't connected, like say Gundam Wing, like even that type of show, like it's a very slow paced anime. It's a lot about politics and aristocrats and rich people versus poor people, and a lot of issues, a lot of social issues. Like that's what a lot of the Gundam shows are about. And if you just jump into, say, this most recent one, and you haven't watched a lot of it, like, I mean, it's still enjoyable, but you're not gonna get every single reference. You're not gonna get every single thing that they've talked about. They mention things that have happened in previous movies and series from 10 years ago. They make references to. It's not going to blow you away with mobile suit stuff. There's basically only 2 mobile suit fights in the whole show. It's like an hour and 40 minutes long. And there's 2 fights throughout the whole show. That goes into the slow-paced nature of the show. They're building up. Continuing the storyline, continuing telling you more things about the show. A lot more CG in this one than the other animes I've been watching recently, but I will say that the CG is actually really, really good. Like compared to where we were 5 years ago or 4 years ago. When we got the first couple, straight CG movies and CG shows. Like, it's not as noticeable. So that is one thing that is starting to come around a little bit. Storyline wise, again, it's a Gundam show. Very slow paced, lots of talking. If you're not a Gundam fan, probably not going to like it. You know, not a lot of action, just a lot of talking. You know, a lot of talking, a lot of going through past events and stuff like that. So I give it like a animation level, give it like a low S tier, maybe high level A tier animation. It's pretty good. CG always throws me off though. You know, you can always kind of tell even how great it is so far. Excuse me. You can always tell. But it's pretty good. Storyline wise, for Mobile Suits, A tier. You know, it's not the slowest Gundam show I've ever seen, but it's pretty slow. It really didn't blow me away in any way. I enjoyed it, and continue watching it. You know, I've literally watched so many Gundam shows that I'll continue. You know, I'll continue to watch as they continue to put them out. You know, as they continue the storyline and they continue to add on to this 40-year story that they've built. You know, so we'll see how it keeps going and how the war continues and everything like that, and we'll go from there. But yeah, if you guys are fans of the Gundam series and you know, want to talk about the Gundam, you know, the Gundam Hathaway, hit me up in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm gonna just keep putting out anime reviews, album reviews. You know, got a lot of time on my hands. I go into the doctors on Thursday to see if I need surgery, and if I need surgery, probably looking at another 4 to 6 weeks out of work. So, gonna have lots and lots of time to keep pumping out reviews, keep talking about things, and you know, I would like to grow this thing into something where you know, get a lot of other anime people talking and having a lot of different conversation about it. You know, like and see where we can go from there. All right, guys, that's it for me. Catch you guys in